though I know I just recently uploaded my baby must-haves #1 video, I wanted to do another baby-related video. Since I was already recording videos for you guys, I figured I might as well. Hope you guys don't mind seeing a lot of me. A lot of people were requesting for my breastfeeding essentials video as well as a newborn essentials video, which will be next. I promise I will film that the next time I am filming. I'm also already working on a list for my must-haves #2, which is going to be more toddler-based, or, you know, older, like 9 months and older type of thing, like new car seats, like when you switch to a new one and all that good stuff, when you start changing your feeding items. That will be in my must-haves #2. So, my breastfeeding essentials. To all my breastfeeding moms out there, or the moms who are going to attempt to breastfeed, power to you. Love you all. And to the moms who couldn't breastfeed for whatever reason, medical or by choice, there's nothing wrong with that either. And sometimes it's really just not your fault that it's a stressful thing. You never really know. Some babies won't latch, some babies can't, some moms can't breastfeed medically, like health-wise, they just can't. Or there's a lot of factors in it, let alone stress. I breastfed my firstborn, Ava, for 6 months, which is not that long because some moms have breastfed for like 3 years. But my goal was to, at minimum, breastfeed for 6 months. And sadly, at 6 months, I barely made it to 6 months, but my supply was just gone. I could tell it was decreasing and decreasing, though I couldn't get it back up. I could just tell I was out of milk. I was done. My cow days were done for the time being. So, let me talk about my favorite breast pumps. My favorite breast pumps are by Medela. And specifically, my favorite one is sitting right next to me right now. And I will show you guys if I don't drop it. It is my Medela Symphony. I love this thing. The bottle holder is on the back. It's detachable. It's plugged in right now. And it's heavy as crap. So I'm going to put this down. I have really weak arms. Okay. I have it sitting on my beauty desk. I know it's sad because I pump right here. And for those who are wondering why I pump, especially if I'm a stay-at-home mom, I pump because Mia, my newborn, she doesn't have an appetite that would clear my entire milk supply. Luckily, I am very blessed to still have milk left over after each feeding, so I pump it out and I freeze it for later use because breast milk can be frozen for up to 6 to 12 months, and that is why I have a lot frozen. The Medela Symphony is the hospital grade Medela pump. Not sold in stores so much. You can buy it on Amazon, but it's really ridiculously pricey. I just rent it for the time being. You can rent it from hospitals or like lactation companies and stuff for like much cheaper than the actual price of the pump. But I love how the Symphony works for me. Each pump is different and each mom is different, so you have to find the one that works well for you. Hospital grade pumps are known to help produce more milk and just be more comfortable, so I really enjoy the Symphony over the other Medela pumps. I also have a Medela Pump in Style pump, which my sister gave to me. Well, gave me the motor up, and you can get your own parts and all that attach to you. But I don't use that one as much. I have it for, let's say, if I really need to travel with something. It's much more lightweight than the Symphony, but if I can, I will bring the Symphony with me. I brought it with me to LA on trips when I flew across country, because you guys know I'm on the East Coast. If you didn't know, I am on the East Coast. When I make business trips out to LA, I took my Symphony one time, because the time before I brought my Medela Pump in Style, and it kind of doesn't get me the results that I want. Also, my favorite shields are not by Medela. These are the parts that attach to you, obviously. And these are by Pumpin' Pals. I recently discovered these maybe like 2 weeks ago, and I bought them for my pumping this time around. When I was pumping for Ava, I used the Medela Soft Fit shields, which are discontinued now, and they only have shields that look like this, but they're not angled, they're kind of flat. The angled shields work a lot better and they're a lot more comfortable, because the other Medela shields kind of suck. So I bought these from Pumpin' Pals, and they work with other pumps that aren't Medela as well. I'll link off all the information down below, but I really would say if you are not enjoying Medela shields, to try these out. But actually was researching at the hospital right after, you know, I gave birth to Mia, like that day, to find me new shields, because I was like, oh my god, I have to pump, but I don't have any shields. I did not want to use the Medela ones, and these were my savior. So definitely check those out. As far as storage bags go, my new favorite are these honeysuckle breast milk storage bags, and I think there's like a certain way I was supposed to open this box. Do not know. But I bought these on Amazon, and they come with 2 pouches like this on the inside. They have 25 in each of them, so 50 total. And these are amazing. Look like this. They're clear. They have the amount that you can pump right here, and then a nice label that you can use regular pens on or Sharpies because they changed the material of it, which I enjoy because the Medela bags and other bags, they kept the material all the same, and you can't use regular pens on it. You have to use a Sharpie, otherwise you will most likely not see what you wrote. And they have, you know, a spot for volume, date, and name. And these can store up to 6 ounces, recommended. Medela has smaller bags, and they also have openings in the bags, which I don't like. They have openings so you can pump directly into them, but I don't find it as convenient for me. It ends up being more of like an accident prone type of thing. So I love these so much more. I highly recommend these. You can get them on Amazon. And I like these because they are a double Ziploc storage bag. They have 2 little lines here. Medelas only have 1, so I never trusted them to be frozen flat because I heard they open sometimes, and that just makes your milk go bad. You'll get like freezer burn and stuff. So I only want to use bags with double Ziplocs from now on, and I do store these flat and with like 5 to 6 ounces in them each time, and they store really, really well. I am loving them. They look like the Lancino bags that you can find like Babies R Us and all that, but Lancino, even though they have the double Ziploc, the corners leak a little bit when you defrost the milk to use it later on because they don't have this little like grip thing or extra protection going on right here that these bags have. I talked about the Boppy nursing pillow already in my baby must have, so I won't talk about it too much here, but that is something that I find very helpful for your back when you're breastfeeding, and as well for support of the baby. And from my experience, babies enjoy to be on the Boppy more so than just held sometimes. As far as nursing bras go, if you've watched my What's in My Hospital bag, I talked about them already, so I will just quickly show you guys my favorite nursing bra. This is my favorite nursing bra. It has a really cute little like print going on, and I got this in nude. These are from Motherhood Maternity, and the inside looks like this. They have disposable, I put disposable pads from the Lancino brand inside, and it has the garage door opening flap, as my sister and me call it, that you can just open like that to nurse and then clip it back on. This is what I'm typically wearing. I changed my bra to record with this shirt, but I'm typically wearing these like 24/7. Super comfy. There is no wire in this bra, but it has a very nice elastic band at the bottom. A very nice and thick one that still gives you support and shape. My boobs don't look really weird like some nursing bras made them look. Like the Medela nursing bra looked horrible on my boobs first time around. So once I discovered these when I was nursing Ava, I never turned back. As far as, I guess, nipple creams go, as awkward as that is to say, my favorite would be by Medela. It's their Tender Care Lanolin Advanced Nipple Therapy Cream. Oh, we'll leave that on the floor now. But Lancino has one that I used the first time around with Ava, and that one's awesome too. They're pretty much the same, I guess, you know, point. They're both lanolin creams, and they're safe to use. Like, the baby can feed with it on your boob, and it's perfectly fine. Lancino version, it's just really hard to squeeze out, which the Medela is really hard to squeeze out as well, but it's easier to apply. The Lancino one is like really, really sticky, and the Medela one feels more like Vaseline. And the last thing I need to talk about are these fenugreek pills. Everyone wants me to talk about them. This is what I take when I am breastfeeding, just to assist my supply. Long story short, first time around breastfeeding with Ava, when she was about 3 weeks old, I got sick with a really, 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 really bad stomach flu. And when you're sick, your milk supply crashes. And the fact that I got sick so badly, so early on, really affected the growth of my milk supply. So I had to research other ways to help. And there are mother milk teas that have fenugreek in them. And there's a bunch of other stuff. And usually you either see fenugreek or milk thistle pills, and they also have like breastfeeding like vitamins that have both of those ingredients as well. But I personally like to take straight up fenugreek in pill form. This is like the 200 capsule bottle that you can get at GNC. This is the brand that I usually use. They tend to be buy one get one 50% off, so try to get it at that deal. But this is what it looks like. It's just like a clear capsule with the herbs inside, and it's not too huge. They're definitely smaller than most prenatal vitamins. It's kind of like the size of a Tylenol, but just a little bit bigger depending on what type of Tylenol you take. And as far as the dosage that I take, it kind of varies. Like if my supply is doing really bad, then I take the full dosage that is recommended, which is 9 pills total. You're supposed to take 30 times a day, like after every meal. Okay? But I'm usually taking like 6 a day. But to get the full effects, you're supposed to take 9, or at least take enough till you get the maple syrup effect, which is the only downside I find with this herbal supplement is the maple syrup effect. Because fenugreek, if you take enough, it makes you or your sweat smell like maple syrup, which is not a horrible thing to smell like, in my opinion, unless you really hate the smell of it. I smell like maple syrup right now, even though I'm not really sweating and I am wearing deodorant. It's perfectly fine. It doesn't bother me too much, but I can tell when the fenugreek's working, because I'm like, maple syrup. Like your skin starts to smell like it too, which is a little weird. My body reacted perfectly fine with taking fenugreek. It actually reacted well to it. I did get the results I was looking for. I had to start exclusively pumping for Ava rather than feeding directly, because I got sick at 3 weeks and she had to be on a bottle, and then she never wanted to latch ever again. So I had to pump for the rest of those 6 months that I was breastfeeding her and just feed her breast milk. I was glued to my pump at that time. But I could pump every 2 to 3 hours and get about 10 ounces, which is really, really, really good. And I have nothing to thank but the fenugreek for that. So those are all of my breastfeeding essentials and favorites. I hope you guys enjoyed hearing about them all. I feel like I'm forgetting something, but if I am, just let me know. Thanks as always for watching. Sorry if you heard a lot of background noise. There's always a lot going on in my house, and sadly you can hear it most of the time. But yeah, I will see you guys later in some vlogs. Bye!